Thank you for joining. Let's talk about Scope 3, how it works, and how to make it work for you.
For most businesses, anything between 50% and 90% of the emissions are really within the value chain. Everything from extracting raw materials from the earth all the way down to the product level. When we talk about a full view of what a business does from an environmental perspective, have to really look all the way upstream and all the way downstream.
What is the real purpose of calculating the emissions should be today?
From a business perspective, the purpose here is to allow us to make that transition to a decarbonized world without the risks that might come with climate change and with defossilizing our economy, and at the same time bring in some of the opportunities. The accounting process of Scope 3 brings in a lot of the information that's necessary for that.
When you are facing Scope 3, for which the whole value chain must be taken into account, is that the only reason why Scope 3 is so hard? It's because it's so much more?
We're actually operating in a highly specialized and a globalized economy, to the extent that even the simplest product, such as a pencil, is actually being produced by hundreds, if not thousands, of people that don't know one another. And that's part of the problem, is that information gets lost along the way. It's millions of transactions that we need to process. And unfortunately, the technology that we currently have for accounting within the business are not up to that task. Methodologies are still very rapidly evolving. So it's hard because all of this is happening at the same time and in a very, very short period of time.
Let's say the perspective of a mid-sized company. We don't have internally the capabilities, the resources to deliver this state-of-the-art calculation of these. Are there other options that you can use to estimate your Scope 3 emissions?
There's a number of key considerations that you need to take into account and figure out whether you actually even have that data. What granularity of information you want coming out the other end. If the end goal is decarbonization, then you need more granular information in order to make sure that your decisions are actually evidence-based and not just rough estimates. If all you have is the financial value of your transactions, you would have to calculate based on the monetary value. And those are very crude correlations between monetary value and the actual activity and the emissions that they create. At the other end, there's the ideal. Let's bring in all the data, comes in from our suppliers. We know exactly what the carbon footprint is of each and every component that we're working with. We know the majority of companies find themselves really in a hybrid situation. But it does allow you to make sound decisions about decarbonization and de-risking your supply chain.
What would be your first practical recommendations? How do I get started?
We have an implementation program, and it starts initially with discovering where we're at, benchmarking it, and bringing that in. The next issue is making sure that you have the right tools and have that single point of record as a hub for your sustainability program. And then finally, there's the issue of prioritizing. What would allow me to get forecasts ahead of time so that I can decarbonize aggressively and early means competitive advantage. It means sustainability linked finance. It means de-risking the business.
So with EcoLess, you can engage directly with suppliers for better data, identify where your biggest Scope 3 hotspots and opportunities are, and use these insights to drive decarbonization and business value. So if you scan the QR code here, you can get links to various resources and ways to connect with us.